of the Hangout. Well, welcome to the Hangout, a show that is to bring you everything fireball and also all things nice to make sure that you guys at home are definitely entertained. Kamnake elam igama, let me introduce myself. It is Uzinhle Nqeza. I'm going to be rolling this whole boat and I'm just going to be the captain of this whole show today. But I just want to tell you guys that on the show today, and what one excited Kanjan? I'm not really excited, Ganjan, because I have very phenomenal individuals that are going to be joining me right here on the Hangout. And we're just going to have beautiful conversations and also get to know who they are and what is it that they do. But because of Tina as the Hangout team, we also love to know what is it that you guys are up to and also what you are doing. So please make sure that you guys are definitely communicating with us on all social media platforms at Mpumakapa TV, and because of we are live TV right now, we also have a WhatsApp line that you guys can use, and that line is definitely going to be onto your screens right now. So make sure that you guys are definitely engaging with us. But before, because Nyandazba ndingumntana apha ovulelwe pipes to talk, let me definitely start the show and give you guys what you guys are definitely waiting for. So from me as Uzinhle, I want us to start this Mwelo and get on to the first episode of this, or rather not the first episode, but rather the first segment onto this show. Let's go. Oh, and right about now, what's happening is that we are going to be definitely speaking to a very talented individual. She is very young for the accomplishments that she has. I am going to be talking with Ukabiswa Dodana, and Yena, she is a thespian and also a muse of art, basically all around art. And I want us to welcome her onto the show. Miss Ndotana, welcome to the Hangout. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm feeling great and I hope you are doing well too.
I'm definitely doing good as well. So,
Yes.
For people at home who does not know who you are, can you please tell them at home as to what is it that you do?
Okay, Molweni Bandavasavakaya. My name is Babiswa Ndodana. I'm 21 years old. I am a thespian, a muse, a creative, a screen acting graduate, and I'm currently busy with my honors this year.
And also, because of you are someone who is doing so
Yes.
much on to, especially with your age, because you're very young, man.
I am, like I'm a
Very
baby.
So, and also the industry that you're in, it's quite a harsh one. How do you handle it?
I think more than anything, it is a very cutthroat industry, but more than anything, the one thing that keeps me going is to not lose sight. Don't lose sight of why you started doing what you're doing, why you love doing what you're doing. Just keep going. Don't lose sight. Yeah.
And also, being a creative and also being, I love asking this question so that I can get to understand the background of the next person. So, as young as you are, and you are black,
Yes.
and with our parents, they don't see the arts industry as something that one should consider. How did your parents allow you to tap into this industry?
Wow, I have been raised by an amazing mother. She has always been, my ride or die supporter since day one, and she has honestly fueled me. She's always supported anything that I've wanted to do in the arts. I knew from grade 10 while doing drama that, I want to go to AFTA. This is something that I want to do, and she was like, Danam, you have all my blessings. She's always at my shows, supporting me. She's just my ride or die #1 fan.
And also, Kamiswa, what
Yes.
can you say is the most difficult thing being based in the Eastern Cape? You could be moving in and around the country, but also having to be based in the Eastern Cape. How
Yes.
difficult has it been for you as an artist?
As an artist, there aren't many mainstream productions that happen at Kapecha, but I've always had the mindset time takes time, and a lot can happen in GQ as there has been happening for the past few months. So yeah, let's bring all the mainstream productions to PE and make things happen, because this city could really be great, is what I think.
And also because of when I was doing research about you, I saw you had worked with big names. Big names, your Pretty Uglies. I don't know whether just because of the debut date has not been yet, whether should I mention it, but you've done so well for yourself. And also, how has it been for you as someone who's very young and for you to be able to work with such people?
I think kindness. Kindness is what has gotten me a lot of opportunities, you know, someone picking up the phone and being like, okay, Gabi is, you know, such a nice person and I'd like to work with her. That's been the bane of all these opportunities that have come to me. It's not a thing of, you know, just happening randomly. Yeah, it's a lot of how you treat people and how they view you as well, to be able to give you those opportunities. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. And also, when it comes to you and your craft, what comes into your mind spiritually and also mentally as you have to take a character that is being brought to you by a director and also giving it life and bringing it to life? Yeah, what does it take?
Wow. One of my toxic traits, and one that I'm working on, is immersing myself so deep into a character, forgetting that I am my own person outside of that. So to answer your question, I think it's just me giving it my all, 100%, mentally, spiritually, forming and becoming a vessel for, you know, the story that I'm about to tell. And there's nothing like it. When I'm performing, I just get this adrenaline rush and I forget completely about Gabi and I'm focusing on what needs to be done.
Sure that you deliver.
Yes.
And also, Gabi, because I'm going to mention your age because because you've done a lot. And also, as young as you are,
Yes.
going into like a big set with big directors, how challenging has that been to you?
It was a little bit intimidating, you know, being in the space of so many people who have done so many great things. But just remember that they're human as well.
Yeah.
They've been where I've been and, you know, nervous, anxious to get on set. So more than anything, I look to them for inspiration. I don't feel threatened or intimidated, more inspired. Yeah, that's
And also because of it's an industry to look up to someone so that you can be able to better yourself, right? Who would you say you look up to, Winnie?
Oh, wow, this is a difficult one. I have a lot of I have a lot of favorites, but mostly Tina Jaxa. She is a catalyst for range, in my opinion. She's a Xhosa woman, so there's a lot of things that I can find, you know, to relate myself to her. And yeah, I just admire her work. I love her. I love her so
Lovely
much.
stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to know, with the industry, the arts industry, or the creative economy from Port Elizabeth, or Gqeberha, as they say, from Gqeberha, where do you see it grow? And do you see any improvement ngayo as a whole?
For one, the, you know, making of Gqeberha the Empire, for me, that was like, wow, okay, we actually have, you know, an entire show on 161, Mzansi Magic, and, you know, production happening in PE just excites me so much. So I think there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that is going to be done. And yeah, the world just needs to watch the space. Yes.
Oh, wow, lovely stuff. Also, how can people get hold of you on socials?
Oh,
That's okay.
Okay. On Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, I am at Gabi_Ndods. That is my little stage name. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, Gabi Swandodana. I haven't posted any content yet. I'm still trying to sort out my life. But yes. Gabi at Gabi_Ndods. Yes.
And also, are there any other projects that you are currently working on that people should expect from you?
I have a couple of exciting things, something that I want to pursue in this one talent of mine, which is dance. I'm looking to film a very exciting video as my dance debut.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Definitely going to be watching out for that. But we have to go and pay our bills. And then when we come back, we are still going to be hanging out right here on the Hangout. So you guys at home, I don't want you to go anywhere because the show is still going to be a fireball. So make sure that you guys are tuned in after this.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
Pleasure. Ngahlala phansi. Thank you.
Guys, can't take le number.
Be sure that the
Ngiyacela
cable
Doc,
doesn't show.
because I can't keep saying on the strings. Hi, Sister Nishani.
Phil njani wena?
The middle one. Yes, please. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. It's just that everything is.
It's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, Sister Champion, right? Fashion designer, specialized in, is it honors? It's not honors, bachelor's of visual arts. And they majored in
Fashion design.
Cool.
You did amazing for first segment.
Thank you, Caleb. Okay. How many seconds do I have? Hey, thank you, Ba. Sure. I can't do Sheila almost. No, okay, cool. Okay. Thank you. No, we need names, Eva.
No, it's cool. I just want to make sure that the dress shows
Shows.
properly.
Yabona ke umuntu ozo-advertise umsebenzi wakhe wenza ngolu hlobo.
Is this good? Okay.
Do you, okay, awunayo yinye into le?
That I
Yinye into
brought.
le- Yeah, that you brought.
No, I just sent pictures.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the Godoli. Yo. 30 seconds. Okay, cool. Uthini na ngoku talks? How many seconds? My makeup is botched. Oh, 40 seconds now. Okay. My makeup is botched today. I even forgot I didn't put my. Oh, 40 seconds. Okay. How many now? Okay. 20.
Thanks.
Okay, the child is no longer here. Don't fuck it up, Mike. Don't fuck it up. Coming back from an ad break, as I promised you guys earlier on that we are going to be still hanging out with lovely guests and also lovely people that you guys need to know at home. But you guys, you do know that you can also be able to communicate with our lovely guests right here on studio, because this is a live show, baby. This is a live show. We're no longer doing the pre-records. But yeah, please make sure that you communicate with them on social media platforms. It is at Magaba TV. And also our WhatsApp line, it is definitely 083-690-0530. And just like that, your comment can be read right here on the Hangout. So right now what's happening is that we are doing reviews, and tonight, today, why in the city tonight? But yeah, today we are going to be reviewing one of the phenomenal fashion designers, and also someone who's doing exceptionally well into her career. And I want us to first welcome her on the Hangout. Sihle, welcome to the Hangout. Sihle, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. Can you please just try and introduce yourselves to our viewers at home as to who Sihle is and what is it that you do?
Okay. Well, I'm Sihle Champion. I'm a fashion designer. I've been in the fashion industry for a while now because I started very young. I make traditional attire, I make matric fair dresses, wedding gowns. Anything that you could think about, we make it for you, basically.
As long as you
Yes.
Lovely stuff. And also, when it comes to e-creations, Zako, do you have any sort of inspiration and motivation behind those?
Well, when I was younger, I got introduced to the industry by my grandmother, my father's mother. And she was a fashion designer till the day that she passed away. But unfortunately, because of the time, she wasn't very well known. And I found it to be an injustice. So my inspiration started with looking at her designs and how I could incorporate it into this day and age. And then thereafter, it was realizing that my culture's clothes are not showing in mainstream media. How can we make that possible? And so I just really took my main inspiration from the Xhosa culture and how beautiful it is and how it can be developed into day-to-day wear.
I am looking at you as you are speaking, my darling. Sana, it's like or something like that. Yeah. Otherwise, outfit yako is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank
and
you
you
so
as
much.
well.
Thank
and
you.
Also, coming back to umsebenzi wako, when you started practicing, how difficult was it for you to be able to kickstart off your career?
I think making clothes in itself wasn't very difficult for me to practice because it was a gift from God, if I could say it that way. It wasn't really a technical thing. It was, if I see it, I can make it. But then starting my career, I think my parents really helped out in putting me in the right spaces where I could learn. And it was straight out of varsity. I think I worked only 3 months in my life.
Yeah.
And within 3 months, I was like, this is not what I was meant to do. I was meant to have my own business and make my own people gorgeous and just queenly. And so it didn't take a while. I think social media and word of mouth is all you need to just kickstart anything, as long as you make sure to bring quality.
And also, what would you say differentiates you between other designers and also your work?
It's not about the money.
No.
It was never about the money. If it was about the money, I would have a bunch of it right now. It's not about the money. It's not about the 5-second jobs. It's not about the cheap fabrics. It's not about gluing stuff together even. It's the trade. It's the love. I truly was created to do this one thing, and it's the one thing I know my spirit and my soul is content in. And making everyone's dresses is like taking a part of me and putting it in their event. So I understand that what I do is very spiritual because people wear it to imigidi, imicimbi, agokwabo, michato. So every dress needs to come out with just this excellence to it. So I really just throw myself emotionally into my work.
And also, what would you say has been the highlight of your career as a fashion designer?
So it's so difficult because once a person thinks about a highlight, you think about a big thing that has happened. And the big thing that happened was I was part of the Ebubeleni fashion show in 2023, last year. And I ended up winning the competition, which was rather phenomenal because I wasn't in it for that. Thank you. But for me, it's like that's such a great move in my career because everybody is able to recognize you and recognize your work. But it's when my client smiles. That's just it for me. Like the final fitting after we go through the whole journey and I put the dress on you, you look at yourself in the mirror and you smile. That for me is the highlight of everything. It all becomes worth it.
And also, Sihle, I want to know as to collaborating. Have you or are you planning on collaborating with any other, it could be fashion designers as well, it could be public figures, it could be a company, a production company. Have you considered those?
I have considered it and I have. I really do enjoy collaborating, being in a space with other artists, pushing yourself, seeing how far you can go creatively. However, this year in particular, my business really has taken a step back. Last year, it was all about, okay, what's next, what's going to go on? But this year, it's more, we want to know who we are, where we stand, and make ourselves stronger within the business before bringing our talents out there to share with other people, so that we can never lose our core values.
Yeah. And also, do you ever criticize your work as a fashion designer? Do you ever go to that extent whereby you become very critic of your own work? And how do you handle that?
It's a day-to-day thing. It really is a day-to-day thing. You can't avoid it. You can't not think about it. If you don't, you're actually rather arrogant. Everybody else looks at my clothes and they're like, oh my word, wow. And then I look at it, I'm like, that button's skew. I need to fix that button. But learning to just take a step back, have a cup of tea, look at your work again, and listening to my mom, I think, because she always just tells me I'm crazy and it's beautiful. And trusting those around me to say that, listen, we see the amount of work you've put in, it's beautiful. Just go take a nap and I come back and I see that it actually is. Yeah.
And also, any sort of projects that you are currently working on or that you want to tap into?
I think something that would be very interesting is the film industry. When it comes to dressing the film industry. I think that the film industry is doing so much currently in South Africa, but we're not really tapping into costume making and how we can go into any universe we want to just by dressing a person in a particular way. So I really just want to get into a space where I can make people fly with wings, basically, and put the biggest crowns on them and the most unrealistic gowns. You can't wear it every day, but when it's on TV, it can just draw you and it can inspire others. So that's just something I'm very interested in.
Talking about inspiring, to a young Sihle at home from the township, from the Babs, or wherever that wants to get into fashion, what words of advice can you give them?
Okay, where is she? I need to look at her in the eye. It all starts with all of the clothes that you have. Just use any piece of clothing you have, rip it apart, see how it's made. From there, take any fabric that you have, keep making it, keep going to people, show anyone that has the eyes to see, show anyone who has the talent to tell anyone. Be loud, be proud, force your designs down people's throats till somebody finally goes, I'm gonna take a chance on this person, and believe me, you will not regret it. You definitely won't.
Yeah, and also lastly, I just want to know, Uba, for your brand, do you have any sort of plans in terms of growing it and also making it bigger than it already is?
100%. My brand's name is Alkebulan, right? Many people always ask me why that name. Alkebulan means land of the blacks. It means Garden of Eden and Mother of Creation. This was the name of Africa before colonization. Yeah. The reason why I've named it this is because Africa is just a source of inspiration. It's rich. Africa is very rich. It's just, it takes a special person to sort of nurture it to be this big thing that it was created to be. My business, my brand might not see millions whilst I'm alive, but it's a legacy. It's not about me right now. It's about what I am creating. I'm creating a space for artists to say that African art is not just crafts. It's not just that 5 rand thing you buy in South Africa when you're going to bring your child something. Yeah. It is to be respected. It is spiritual. It is emotional. It is transcendent. It is futuristic at that. So this brand is created to uplift people in so many ways and to bring other artists in it. In the future, I don't even want to be the designer. Yeah. I just want to facilitate and see young people like me come into that space and make their wildest dreams come true within the African diaspora. So it's just made by our people, for our people. It is a generational thing.
Thank you so much, Sihle, for joining us. Otherwise,
Thank you.
Nana will start chatting numbers and make sure that you dress me for something,
Of
right?
course, of course.
And right about now, you lovely viewers at home, we're going to go and pay bills corner because the TV does not get stayed on if you don't pay our bills. But yo, so Tengisa, and then class we are still going to be on the Hangout. Mhlambo Sihle is still going to come onto the next following segment right here on the Hangout. So make sure that you are stay tuned. Stay tuned right after this. Back and the Hangout couch, and you are still tuned in with your favorite girl right here on your favorite screen and also on your channel of choice, channel T60, right here on Bumakapa TV, Uzintle. And what's happening right now is that